The Irving Police Department is hosting a new event that is all about family fun while also drawing attention to an important issue. It's called Kids Rock the Block Party, and it will be outside the Criminal Justice Center on North O'Connor Road on Friday, April 1st. Irving Police Department Victim Services Supervisor Heather Koval is one of the organizers, and she joins us now. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And I mentioned there is a serious cause, and we'll get to that, but let's start with the fun. What are some of the attractions families can expect?
It's going to be so much fun. We have a face painter, an airbrush tattoo artist, bounce house, a petting zoo. We have superheroes coming, and then we have a bunch of agencies from across our area to provide information, resources, fun, games, and support. And those include things like our rec center and our Irving Library, but also the Irving Family Advocacy Center to let people know about what that does in our community.
Yeah, and along the way, I know you're hoping to draw attention to the issue of child abuse. How do you plan to do that?
Well, last year in Dallas County, there were over 27,000 child abuse investigations that happened with CPS. Our department itself saw a 66% increase in child abuse cases from the previous 5 years. So we're certainly concerned about kids in our community and keeping them safe. And so this event is really to target what the community has to offer to families. We know that social connection is one of the best preventative measures for child abuse in our community. And so getting families connected to our library, to our animal care campus, to our rec centers, to our PAL program, all of these elements that are going to be out there at the event are ways for families to get their kids involved in the community, to get connected, and to get social supports. Most importantly, we want to connect them to the Irving Family Advocacy Center.
Yeah, 66% increase. That's a huge number. And you were just starting to talk about the Family Advocacy Center. What resources are there for victims of abuse?
So anytime a report is made about child abuse or neglect in the city of Irving, those cases come to our center with our CPS unit and with our child abuse investigators. We have a dedicated child trauma counselor that meets with kiddos when they come into our center with our facility dog, Ritter, and kind of helps that family through that process. We provide free counseling to children, parents, and families to provide them support and healing following a child trauma.
You mentioned making those connections. Is this something that even children should be looking for, adults should be looking for? What's the point you want to get across about what we can all do?
Well, I think it's so important for children to be connected in their community, to have a good support system, to have people that they can talk to and that they can trust if something scary has happened to them. So it's so important for our kiddos to have those social connections, but also for our families. We've been through a very stressful time in society, and so our families need support. They need people they can talk to and vent to and get recommendations on healthy ways to deal with the stress in their families.
To bring it back to something positive, a lot of us love Ritter. How does he help abuse victims?
Ritter is wonderful. Anytime we have a kiddo who comes into the facility, he's able to meet with them. They get to pet him and play with him and throw the ball with him. And he just is a calming force in our facility. Everyone loves Ritter. And not only is he being used right now with kiddos when they first come into our center, but our play therapists are now starting to use him as well in their therapy sessions with kids. We just see that he brings so much joy and happiness and really helps people relax and calm down when they're talking about something that can be very scary.
And I'm sure he will be there for this special event. Heather Koval, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Kids Rock the Block parties Friday, April 1st, starting at 5 p.m. outside the Irving Criminal Justice Center. That's at 305 North O'Connor Road.